Hi gang, Mary Beth Temple here from Hooked for Life, and in this video we're going to learn how to make the mistake rib, and we're going to knit this very cool scarf. Now I have done it in a super bulky yarn, so it's thick and quick. It will knit up very quickly, and also, and perhaps more importantly, you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Now this is a really fun stitch to learn. It is a 1 row repeat. So once you have learned the row, it's the same row over and over and over again. And it's nice and stretchy. I did not wet block this. It is an acrylic, and I just didn't want to go that crazy. And for scarves, I like them when they're sort of textured and ridgy like that, because I think it gives the fabric more depth, which can keep your neck warmer, but I digress. The other cool thing about mistake rib, in addition to these interesting columns, it looks exactly the same on both sides. So it gives you a reversible scarf, it gives you a reversible stitch, so it's great for a scarf or a shawl or a sweater where the collar flips back, or any kind of an item where you're going to see both sides of the work. So it doesn't really have a wrong side or a right side. So let's talk about this scarf. Now, you can click over to the blog, and the link is in the description below, and you can see the pattern written out, but you don't have to. You can learn everything you need to know about knitting this scarf right here in the video, so you don't have to go anywhere if you don't want to. Now, I have cast on 21 stitches. I have a 3-stitch garter stitch border on either side, so there's 3 stitches here that are always knit, and 3 stitches here that are always knit to give me my nice sides on my scarf. If you want to adjust the width, because maybe you're using a different weight yarn, or maybe you want it wider or more narrow, the center section, not counting the edge stitches, the center section can be any multiple of 4 plus 3. So say I wanted to make it wider, I could say, well, a multiple of 4 would be 20, because 4 times 5 is 20. So that's 20, plus I'm going to need 3 more. So my center section would be 23, plus 6 would give me, I can't add 3 and 6 is 9, 29. So 21 here, I have 6 on either side, and I used 15 in the center. That was my multiple of 4 was 3. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 is 15. So that's a lot of math to tell you the center section, multiple of 4 plus 3, and you can basically go from there. So I have already cast on my 21 stitches, and the first thing you're going to do is knit 6 rows. Knitting 6 rows is going to give you this nice little garter stitch edge that matches your borders on the side. So let's get started with the stitch pattern. So here we are. I finished my 6 rows. Now, on this scarf, is there really a right side or a wrong side? No. But if I was knitting a different stitch, I would call this the right side because it doesn't have that little ridge on the bottom, and I would call this the wrong side because it does have the ridge on the bottom. So as you learn all these different knit stitches, some of them do look different on the wrong side than the right side. This is not one of them. So the first thing I'm going to do is knit 3. Now, if you're a beginning knitter and you're concerned you're going to forget what you're doing, you can put a stitch marker, a ring marker, before and after the 3 stitches on either end. So I could knit 3, put a marker, do my center section, put a marker, knit the last 3. So now I'm going to go knit 2, purl 2 until I can't. So knit 2, purl 2. Again, another tip for you beginner knitters, make sure that you're bringing the yarn between the needles and not over the needle. Because if you go over the needle, you are going to make an accidental yarn over. You will have a hole in your work, and also you will have more stitches than you intended. Knit 2, purl 2. Now I should have 7 stitches left. pardon me, 6 stitches left. I should have 6 stitches left, which was my knit 3 and then my multiple of 4 plus 3. So I'm going to keep going till I have 6 stitches, then I'm going to knit 2, working better if I put the yarn in the back, knit 2, purl 1. That's the end of my stitch pattern, and then I have my 3 stitches for my border. So that's my first row of the stitch pattern completed. Now I'm going to repeat this row over and over and over until I get my scarf to be almost as long as I want it to be. So I'm going to knit 3. Again, it's okay to have a marker here. If you placed a marker before your final 3 stitches, that's a nice little visual reminder. I'm going to knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2. Now I should have 6 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to knit 2, 1, 2, purl 1. Knit 3 for my second border. Turn the work and do it again. Knit 3, knit 2, purl 2 until I have 6 stitches remaining, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2. I'm going to put just a few more rows on this swatch and bring it back so you can get a closer look, but you have the general gist. At the end of the scarf, you're going to knit 6 more rows even to get your matching edging, and then you'll bind off knitwise. But hang on one second, I'll put a couple more rows on and I'll come right back. So here is a nice close-up of our stitching. You're going to see what begins to develop is this sort of vertical column of stockinette stitch, and you're going to have one of those for every repeat. So in my case, I had a multiple of 4. I had 3 times 4 plus 3. So that was 3 stitch multiples plus the 3 extra. So I have 1, 2, 3 times 4 is 12, and 1 from my extra 3 stitches. And if I flip it over, I have the same thing on this side. It's just a little bit offset. So there's my 1, 2, 3 for each of my 3 times 4, and then 1 for the extra. So once again, once I get this scarf to be as long as I want it to be, a little bit shorter than I want it to be, I can go ahead and knit my last 6 rows and then bind off knitwise, and I'm all set. You'll only have ends to weave in at the beginning and the end, maybe in the middle if you use 2 skeins like I did in mine. So please subscribe to the channel, like the video, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. If you were looking for fisherman's rib, we do have a video on that. And shortly we will have a video on mistake rib in the round. I'm working on a video for broken rib and broken rib in the round because you guys seem to like the ribbing videos. So once again, if you want to check all that out, please do. If it's not here the second you watch this video, it will be soon. And please subscribe because it would make me happy. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me. We'll talk to you again real soon. Bye-bye.